UT presents Holiday Sweets with your host, Katie Toon.
Hello and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious and addicting, super easy treat. Today we're going to be making chocolate peanut butter no-bake cookies, and they also have oatmeal in them. So if you like chocolate peanut butter and oatmeal, these are delicious. They're very simple and they're a family tradition for me. So to get started, let's go over some ingredients we're going to need. We're going to need some cocoa. We're going to need a stick of butter. We're going to need 2 cups of sugar. This is actually milk. I just already measured it out. You can use 2%. You can use non-fat. You can use whole, but obviously it's going to be better with more fat in it. This right here is oats, preferably the quick and easy 1-minute oats. Those are going to work much better. And then you're going to need peanut butter. You can use crunchy or you can use creamy. I prefer crunchy because I like my cookies to be a little more dry and to set faster because it takes a couple hours for them to set. And last but not least, you're going to need some vanilla extract. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a half a cup of butter, which is a stick. If you look on here, it says 4 ounces, which is half a cup. So you're going to take your first 4 ingredients, which is your stick of butter, and you're going to put that in the pan. You can hear that getting going there. You're going to take 4 tablespoons of cocoa, and you want to make sure they're level tablespoons. You don't want to do heaping ones. You don't want them to be more chocolatey than they are peanut butter. This particular recipe is a great amount of each ingredient we're going to use for optimal taste. I've tried many different recipes, but this is my favorite. So you got your half a cup of butter, which is a stick, and then you have your 4 level tablespoons of cocoa. And then we're going to take the sugar, and you're going to need 2 cups of sugar. So we're going to take this here, and I'm going to hold over this pan because I'm messy, and I might run over. Okay, so there's 1 cup, and then we'll go 1 more cup. Alrighty, and then we're going to take our milk, which is half a cup. And like I said, I already have this measured. I didn't want to bring my entire jug. So we're going to add half a cup of milk in there. And what we're going to do is we are going to stir this and let it boil. Now, when you're stirring this, you want to make sure that you don't leave any chunks of butter. The butter's going to melt in kind of a choppy way, and you have to get all the pieces out of there. That's the thing that takes the longest to melt, obviously, is the butter. So you're going to boil your first 4 ingredients. Keep stirring. You don't want any lumps in there. It's just like cake batter. You don't want to leave any lumps in there. And it's going to take a couple of minutes. And we can always come back to this because it's definitely not going anywhere. But once you get it stirred in, just wait on the butter to melt a little bit more. So while that's happening, the next ingredient that we're going to talk about after that mixture gets done boiling is we're going to talk about oats. Now, you can use regular oatmeal, but they prefer you to use the quick oatmeal. Usually I use Quaker, but I was on a budget, so I got this. Works the same way. And what you're going to do is you're going to need 3.5 cups of this, and it sounds like a lot. And some people that may not be partial to oatmeal are probably going to want to cut down on this ingredient or decrease the amount. Don't do that. It'll completely ruin your whole cookie. This is what absorbs the moisture of this mix and allows your cookies to expand and dry. So let's go back over here. Our butter's starting to melt. It can boil for up to a minute. Boiling, I don't consider it boiling until I see bubbles in my mix. So it's not quite boiling yet. So we're going to leave that there a little bit longer. We're going to go ahead and measure out some ingredients to make sure when we come back from commercial we're ready to roll. And so you got your oatmeal ready, and then after the oatmeal is going to come a half a cup of peanut butter. Like I said, I use crunchy peanut butter. Anyways, when we come back from the break, I'll tell you what to do after your mixture boils. Thank you.
What was that you just took?
Cute though. No pun intended.
Real cute.
Well, I am. No, I'm serious though. It's a natural supplement over the counter. Take them. Help your anxiety. I'll show you.
Relax. Take a chill pill.
Hello and welcome back to the show. So before the break, I told you the first 4 ingredients we're going to need to boil, and now it is all mixed together. It has not boiled yet. I'm not sure why. Usually it doesn't take this long, but it's on as high as it will go, so we're just going to wait it out. So after your mixture boils, you don't want it to boil for over 1 minute because it could change the composition of this mix to where it doesn't absorb in the oats as well. So what we're going to do is, while the mixture is hot, we're going to go ahead and add in a half a cup of peanut butter. And it melts pretty quickly. So there is your half cup of peanut butter. Yes, I'm messy, I know. And then we're going to take that and stir it in the hot mixture. And actually, I'm going to take it off the burner just so I can get it a little closer to me. And this is going to look like it's lumpy, but if you use crunchy, it's just the peanuts, and it's okay. Like I said, you can use creamy if you're not a fan of peanuts, but I like them. I think it makes the cookie drier and more crumbly. And you'll find that in the Texas humidity, honestly, the more oats you use and the fact that you use peanuts actually kind of help because there's a lot of moisture in the air and the cookies take a lot longer to set. Okay, so now that the peanut butter is stirred in, we're going to add in the vanilla extract, and you're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So it's just like pouring a shot. Once you start to go over, just dump it out. And then we are going to stir that in with the peanut butter and mix, and then we are going to add in the oats, and it's 3.5 cups of oats. So there's 1, go over there, there's 2, and 3, and then 1/2 cup. And like I said, don't try to cut yourself short on oats because that's what really allows the cookie to dry out and expand. It's just like making regular oatmeal. You don't want to put more liquid than there is oats, or you're going to have really runny oatmeal, so you don't want runny cookies. So you're going to take all of this. This is all of your ingredients. So all that's left is to stir this stuff up here. And it smells amazing, so just prepare yourself. If you guys end up making these, they are going to smell divine. You want to get it to where all the oats are soaked in your chocolate peanut butter goodness mix. Oh yeah, and it looks funny. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to lie to you. It looks kind of weird, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much oatmeal, but it's really not. It actually works out perfectly. So from this point on, you want to kill the heat on your burner, and you are ready to set these. Now, when you set these, the easiest thing to do, let me wipe my hands because I have peanut butter on them. The easiest thing to do is to take just a regular standard tablespoon and drop them on foil, wax paper, whatever you have handy. There's my tablespoon. And it literally makes like 25 to 30 cookies. So you're just going to drop them like that, and they look messy, and it looks wrong, but I promise it's right. And like I said, it makes over 2 dozen. You can kind of determine the size of the cookies. If you want a smaller cookie, then you don't have to scoop as much out. If you want a huge cookie, then you can. It's just going to take longer to set if you do that. They don't expand or anything, so as long as you leave an inch or so, you should be totally fine. And like I said, don't cut back on your oatmeal mixture because that's what allows these things to dry and expand just like regular oatmeal. Now, if you do use creamy peanut butter, I would go ahead and prepare yourself to use maybe a 1/4 cup more of oats just because you don't have anything else soaking up the dryness because you want them to end up dry. So now that you do that, what it's going to look like when you get done is you're going to have something that looks like this. Right now you can tell by looking at them they're shiny, they're wet, they're not dry. So what you have at the end is going to be these dry, it almost looks like, mud, to be honest with you, but it's fantastic. And they are great, and they're very quick and easy. So you guys, if your cookies look dry, they're ready to go. It usually takes about an hour. Sometimes it takes longer than that. But now that you know how to make this delicious treat, you can make it for your family. It's a great tradition with my family. And we'll see you next time when I show you how to make red velvet cupcakes. Thank you.